Ladies and gentlemen, it's grand finals time here at the BlasterX Cup. I am, of course, Selfish Guy, joined by Mike Star as always, and we are going to be watching the Project 9 Elites up against Qlimax crew here in the grand final. And surprise, surprise, everyone, guess what map we are on? At least it's not Cache.
It is Mirage, and I think it's been like Mirage, Dust 2, Mirage.
Yeah, that would be
I'm
it.
not sure. And we've been doing a little bit of banter about this on Twitter, but I wonder if everybody else realizes that, Cache is out there, but there's also this map called Overpass and Train. Train's this really cool map, and there's even your favorite, Cobble.
I like Cobble, yeah. Don't get to see much.
No, not in Australia.
To be fair, I did like Mirage until today. Like, then I saw it like 5 times, and I was like, yeah, let's not watch this anymore. So, kind of basically in the same sort of bin as Dust 2 and Cache now, which is unfortunate. So, waiting for the next map to reign supreme.
That is true. I like Sniper's point that he made to us on Twitter. That he said a little bit of banter. Pug's gonna pug, and then he said, "I haven't changed this comp, but we might need a map rotation in comp in Oz to force the customs." And I agree. And I said CG should do a random map, like I said, rotate through the maps for the first one, and then pick for the next 2. So you have to play all 7.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know necessarily if that's the way that I would have a map pool like rotation done, but I certainly would agree that a map pool rotation would be a reasonable idea because, I mean, at least then that way you get to see a few more maps. People get to play a few more maps. They are forced to play more maps as well, which is going to obviously increase the general skill of the scene as well. So that's always good.
Correct. I mean, let's remember that the season itself is to determine who goes through to the finals as well. And in the finals, you can go back to the normal system where you do your normal full vetoes and picks and all that sort of stuff. So
at the LAN, I guess.
At the LAN, for sure. Yeah. But I reckon in the season proper, you should be forcing the customs. But that's just my opinion. My opinion do not reflects that of cyber gamers, obviously. So we'll see what they come up with. It'll be interesting to see at the very least. So will we getting away?
DEFCON, please.
Yes, indeed. DEFCON, greatest admin alive. Trident, Div 2, etc. But we'll be getting stuck into it very shortly. Of course, you're watching the Cyber Gamer BlasterX Cup, and there are some pretty nice headsets up for grabs for the winners today, and also second prize, H7s and H5s, I believe. Is that right, Jordan?
Yeah, I think third place gets H3s. So there you
go. That's Control. Control have picked themselves some headsets for their efforts. So really good to see the support coming in for the community in the off-season, per se, coming up with this competition.
Very good to see that from BlasterX. But now we are starting to get further and further into this grand final, looking like the knife round is almost about to go underway. So, predictions, I guess, before we get underway, Mike. Who do you see picking this one up?
Qlimax have struggled to close out matches, and generally the skill level on paper is far below than what I'm expecting from Project 9 Elites. So I'm picking them to win this first one, and it'll probably be 16-7.
Yeah, I'm going Project 9 Elites as well, aka Team Immunity, apparently. As we can see up there, that's gonna. I guarantee you, at least once this game, I'm gonna say Team Immunity.
Okay.
By accident, of course. But
we'll see. Qlimax winning the knife round, of course, switching across to the CT side, preferred side on Mirage for most people. We're going to ready up very shortly for you, and big shout out to our admins today for the competition, making it run smoothly. I can only think of 2 off the top of my head, but that is Extreme MC, who's in this server, and of course Brucey as well. I'm sure DEFCON's had his hand in this tournament, but without those guys' efforts, then this sort of competition isn't possible. So I think it's worthy of mentioning these guys.
Let's not also forget Cyanide, who has been here all day as well, streaming for us. Obviously, we might have a bit of a grumble that we have to cast for half the day, but we'll forget that Cyanide is here all day. 10 a.m. to, what's the time now? 8 o'clock my time, but yeah, 9 o'clock your time. So, pretty hefty chunk of time to be giving up on your Saturday, so shout-outs to all of those guys, obviously.
And also Wooly and Lemmy earlier on for doing the casting when we weren't able to. So we're going live now into the grand final. First map, it is Qlimax versus Project Elites. Project 90 elites, and the Project 90 elites starting on the T side are looking like they want to do an A execute with perhaps one dropping back off into mid now, two from ramp and two from the palace area, and they're out already onto the side.
Yeah, they've got the big bad Destiny with the armor and the Tech 9, so he's going to be a difficult prospect if these guys can't land a headshot. Dizzy Life already going to go down there. Alistair as well finding one kill onto Matt CD. Destiny has gone down too, so things looking very good for Qlimax here on their pistol round. Gaza, the sole survivor at the moment on 4 HP, he goes down as well. Qlimax pick up the first round.
Good start from Qlimax. They're going to have to keep that up throughout this entire map. They're going to match it with the comparison we had seen earlier. So Dizzy Life, basically enforcing Gaza as well, both very experienced players. They'll be able to come back, and that's something that Qlimax have still struggled closing up, and that's going to be a bit of an issue for them. And of course, you've got to remember that they're going to have to Qlimax if they're going to win this competition. Have to take out Project 9 on 2 maps, not 1. To drop a map in this one-day competition.
Maybe we will get to watch a that isn't Mirage, but we'll see. That only is going to be the case if Qlimax win this map even, and we are going to see them on their defensive side at the moment, trying to hold on to that B bomb site and then doing a pretty good job of it. They've got 3 players still alive. Dizzy Life, the final player to go down there for P90 Elites, and 3 guns safe for Qlimax. A pretty reasonable job on their second round.
Yeah, that's pretty good all in all, I would say. So it's going to model fully go down for the elites, that is. So looking forward to seeing the first gun round at least. So this one should be pretty much already done and dusted in the books for.
Yeah, nice Molotov is going to basically force Gaza to head onto this A-bomb site alone, and it's not going to work out too well for him. This faction grabbing an easy kill onto him. He also gets a double kill there. So a little bit of the eco slaw coming out here for Qlimax as expected. They're doing a pretty reasonable job of it. Haven't lost a single gun just yet. Looks like we'll be getting a pause after this one. Maybe some sort of tech issues coming out.
Yeah,
quickly have a look at it.
Everyone looks okay. Pause.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Just for clarity, I guess, for those in Twitch that are asking, the grand final is a best of 1. However, well, it's weird. Basically, it's a best of 1, but Qlimax have to win 2 best of 1s because they came from the losers bracket. I think that's probably the easiest way to explain it. Yeah,
so double elimination, and so if you lose a map, you lose a life. Project 90 elites have not lost a map so far this tournament, therefore they still have 2 lives, and to make it fair, that means that Qlimax have to win twice in order to do it. And we can see the timeout actually has come in for Matt CD, so that is why we're on the quick pause. But we'll get back into it shortly.
Yeah, so 3-0 up already for Qlimax, and I mean, you can't really read too much into that. They did win the pistol round, so not too much of a surprise. Obviously, Project 90 Elites are going to have enough to buy in this round, obviously. And, I mean, do you think that 90 Elites, like, what's a pass score for him, for them on this map? No, I know we say 6 rounds on the T side, but do you think Project 90 Elites are going to be aiming for 6, or maybe trying to surpass 6 as a pass score, or what's the thinking?
The rate of sounding like Captain Obvious, they certainly are going to be aiming for more than 6. I think they'd probably be happy to pick up the next 12 in a row.
I think that might be a little
score,
bit unrealistic.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, a pass score for them would be 8 rounds, I feel. I think it's on their own. I know that Destiny in particular is a very confident player, as is Pixel, and they're very strong players. So they're going to expect to take out this map pretty easily all in all, which would mean at least 8 rounds on the T side.
Right, so interesting. Well, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, there's still a few rounds here to work for them to be able to do it. We're only 3 rounds in. If anyone's just tuning in, it is the grand final here of the BlasterX Cup. Qlimax crew up against Project 90 Elites, and the map is Mirage. I'm going to go back to the I guess, map discussion. And for me, it was a little bit interesting because we did start to see the Australian team starting to pick up, or the Oceanic teams maybe, starting to pick up a little bit more cobblestone. Maybe 2 or 3 months ago, around the time of ACL Melbourne, but for some reason they seem to have decided they're not too interested in picking up cobblestone anymore, which is a little bit disappointing for me.
I think that you're also comparing the Tier 1 teams, Australian Tier 1,
Yeah,
this
I
is the
guess.
Division 1 teams, to teams that, I mean, excluding, I would argue that the Project 90 Elites, whatever official name they come into for the next season, should probably be placed into Division 1 based on their strength.
Yeah,
And
it's an interesting discussion.
yeah, so we're looking at teams like Qlimax and who else has been in Control VP, that sort of stuff at the high end of Div 2 and maybe towards the lower end, Atletico in here as well, lower end of Div 1, potentially. These are the teams that are going to struggle to get a wider map pool. And so this is probably why we're seeing more Mirages and Dust 2s. And I don't know what else has been played today, but that's probably why we aren't seeing as much as the Cobbles and whatnot. But you are seeing more of the stronger Division 1 teams picking up the maps like Cobble. SYF were pretty good on Overpass. That's another one. XL5 in their previous iteration also like to play Overpass. So there are some teams out there who are pushing onto those, as we have to call them for some reason, customs in Australia.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a case of off-season competition and slightly lesser teams in a competition, I guess, is the reason why I'm seeing all the customs, despite our strong desire to play something other than Mirage or cast something other than Mirage today.
Yeah, I want to go back to that point that you made about the Div 1 teams. Project 9 Elites, obviously they're probably on that little cusp, I guess, of being into Div 1, but I think really going to come down to how many teams are actually in Div 1, because I feel like there's a lot of teams that are actually vying for a position in Div 1 that might be able to get there. You know, the likes of Atletico that you did mention before, Trident as well, Project 9 Elites there too. So there's a few teams around. I'm probably missing a few as well that, you know, could maybe make that jump to Div 1. So it'll be interesting to see next season how the season goes, actually.
Yeah, you're certainly right, now, whether they're going to stick with the 8-team system that they had in this last season or whether they're going to move up to a 12-team system as well. I'm hoping for the latter, obviously. I'm getting the feedback from producer Steve that it's probably going to be 12, but I'll let CG do the announcement. Official?
He did say increased. Mate.
Oh, it should be
Not
increased. So,
well, could be 10.
Oh, sorry. So got my wires crossed there. So increased from 8 is the word, but not 100% on which it was.
Yeah.
The exact figure at this point. But if it's increased, I think that's a good thing. I've done a video on that. And in which case you'll be able to see the guys like Project 90 Elites definitely making it Division 1 despite them being a new team. And then Trident will definitely move up. There's no reason for them to be in Div 2 again, DEFCON. But that's all getting a little bit ahead because we are going to be able to jump back into the action now. Matt CD has reconnected after his timeout. And we're going to be going to the first gun round. There's 5 AKs on the side for Project 90 Elites. And Urki, interestingly enough, on the CT side, still running with an SMG.
Yeah, not too keen to buy up his rifle, but we are going to see Qlimax starting to push straight upwards mid. That's something that they've done very regularly, I think, the course of today. On their CT side, they pushed up mid, and they've been able to get a pretty early frag out of it. Probably 8 out of 10 times, I would say, at least. A reasonable number of times, as opposed to how many times they would have lost it. So, working out for them so far. They do lose the second frag of the round, though, so that is going to be the equalizing kill for Project 90 Elites.
Yeah, Destiny's lurked out onto this B-bomb site here. He knows Gratisfaction is around this corner somewhere. Oh, he's actually gone right past him and he picks him up. Gratisfaction, that is, gets that kill. So Destiny, we saw earlier, he likes to work into this B-bomb site, but not coming up with hits there. Pixel picking out one, and it's all left on him now. In fact, he's in a 1 versus 3, and he does not have the bomb either. He's coming up from Midcon.
Yeah, interesting to see now whether Pixel can do anything in this situation. I'd say it's probably all said and done for him, as we're going to see Gratisfaction probably pick this on, which he does. And Pixel goes down there. 4 rounds now on the board here for Qlimax. The first rifle round as well going in their favour, so P90 Elites looking a little bit worse for wear.
Yep, and that money bonus is starting to stack up as well. So we're looking at 2,900 in the coffers for this round. And if they lose this one, P90 Elites will have 3,400 added. So they've gone with a couple of flashes and some P250s. And I think they're going to try and fake A and then go to B with a bomb. No, the bomb's coming through connector at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is just sort of an eco. They're going to see what they can get done. And I mean, as you say, it looks like it's going to be an A hit. That's going to help them out. Gaza finding 1 does go down there, and 2 kills actually going over to Qlimax in that time. Destiny is going to find 1 there onto Urki, though. He'll be able to retrieve that rifle as well. So 2 rifles in the hands of P90 Elites. Make that 1, as we do see Destiny going down there. And that's really, I guess, the important player to get there for Qlimax, as he was carrying the bomb as well, and now it's dropped in mid. It's going to be very difficult here for P90 Elite to retrieve that bomb.
Matt said he knows where Gratisfaction is, but can he get the kill? The answer is no. Stitch comes around from the city spawn area, takes down Dizzy Life, and it's pretty path for poor Sicko, I think.
Yeah, it could have been a little bit worse there for Qlimax. They did drop a couple of guns, and P90 Elites were able to pick them up, but they weren't able to convert those 2 kills into any more.
They recovered pretty well there. And interestingly, going straight for the double orb setup on the on the T side is Pixel and Dizzy Life, Project 90 Elites. Gratisfaction also is picking up 1, and a little bit of control down mid area at least. Gazo, he's across there, and he's trying to play with Gratisfaction a little bit here.
That Molotov is going to force Dizzy back. He used that in Palace. They have the other orb over towards the apartments at B, so don't mind this positioning here with those orbs for Project 90 Elites. They just need to wait now and see if they can find a pick. Obviously, Gratisfaction has found one there onto Gaza. I don't know necessarily if P90 Elites are going to force anything here, or if they're just going to stay and wait for those picks. It seems like they're trying to push out onto the site. Then he's going to find the first frag there onto Urki, but they're not aware that Ince is here. And he's going to find an easy frag there onto Pixel, also picking up Destiny as well. So a great hold onto that B bomb site there for Qlimax. But Man City, he managed to get 1, but not any more than that, as Gratisfaction is going to take him down. Dizzy Life now the sole survivor for Project 90 Elites with the orb, and he is getting alive. Survives on 4 HP. Very dangerous situation for him. He might get hit by this Molotov as well. Nope, not quite.
Very excellent study from Qlimax. Proving me wrong with all the talk I was saying about Project 90 Elites. But that's always the Chaos's curse. When you talk up a team, you're really going to run into a bit of a form slump, let's say, within a match. And the first 6 rounds going in favour of Qlimax.
Well, it is the expected Qlimax start, really. We've seen it so many times today. They up a lot of rounds off the start of the game, and it's happening once again.
You're trying to say that Qlimax comes too early in
well,
the match?
I mean, I wouldn't have put it that way, but now that you do, I mean,
it sounded like you were terrible pun.
That was a pretty good, good, bad, whatever you want to say.
Excellent in the answer.
Anyway, Tech 9's and armor here for Project 90. P90, as they try to make their way out onto that bomb site. Not sure how many smokes they bought. Seems like a fair few is going to be the answer. Pixel rather is going to find a kill there onto Steege. Alistair responds onto Gaza, but I guess what the Project 90 Elites want to do right now is get a bomb down, and they're not really being able to do that just yet. Getting caught in their little hidey holes on this A bomb site and just getting completely destroyed there by Qlimax. So 4 players still here for Qlimax, and a good anti-eco for them so far. But another gun drop. Let's see what Matt CD do. He finds another one. So it's a 2 versus 1. Both these players for Qlimax relatively low. Certainly a duel situation. He's going to spot out Urki as well. Gets a little bit of damage across to him, but still retrieve that bomb. 40 seconds left in the round for him to do that. And he has so many angles that he needs to check as well. Looking around on towards the A bomb site, checking towards stairs. Gratisfaction is in jungle, watching towards the CT spawn. Is I guess a very slow and steady situation now for Matt CD. He's got 20 seconds left still to work with. He have time to pick up that bomb and get it planted, but he has to start making his way there. He's going to check in towards the A connector as well. Picking up on towards Palace, needs to plant the bomb now. 10 seconds left to go. Spots out Gratisfaction. Now going to be able to look towards planting the bomb. A great position from him actually as well. Going to keep him safe from that player up there on Palace. This is certainly a doable situation for him now. If he wins this, it'll be a great 2 versus 1, but no, it is Urki to close it out and defuse that bomb.
Anticlimactic finish there for Project 90 Elite. How long do you reckon I was waiting for to pull that one out? But no, it was a really well played there by Urki. No, to change his position up, because obviously Matt said he knew where his positioning was, and then rotate back around. That was a pretty smart play there. So a good change up the position there. Gratisfaction just sort of getting caught a little bit out in the open, but finished off on there. But the bomb plant was the aim, I guess, and all the damage to the economy was a bonus there for the Project 90 Elites. Gratisfaction picking up the first kill again early in this round from mid.
Ghost Faction doing a fantastic job that AWP. At the moment, he is 14-1, so coming up pretty huge for his team. Qlimax, of course, 7-0 right now. Erky is going to drop Destiny there as well, so another couple of frags going in the way of Qlimax. 3 still left alive here for Project 90 Elites, but it is going to be a tough situation. I was going to say, he's going to take this shot, and yes, he does. Managed to take out Alistair there.
Yeah, it's a 4 versus 3 now in favour of Qlimax, and they have all the rounds on the board thus far, all 7 of them. The split's going to come up on a mid now. There's no presence in mid, and Gaza is utilising this pretty well. He's snuck up right into the jungle area. Can he get past into the window and flank on a B? And the answer is no. Underneath the balcony there is Stige, and he takes him down. Matt said he's going to try and poke out into the Kratos Faction's aim, and he takes him down. But it's life left in a 1 versus 3 again. He picks up 1. 2 to go, 30 seconds on the clock.
This is classic Dizzy. If he can pick this one up, I would not be surprised at all to see that. He's such a monster, that AWP. But he's going to be able to get out of the window room there and starting to make his way up towards Connector. Took a fair bit of damage actually off that Molotov, so needs to be careful with his HP. But now it's going to be a 1 versus 1 AWP battle, so the HP doesn't matter. Dizzy Life to close that one out now. It's a 1 versus 1, and this would be the turnaround moment here for Project 90 Elites. Just perfect timing there for Dizzy Life as well to get that bomb down and not changing his position at all once he's got that bomb down. So, right on that bomb site. Doesn't know exactly where Ince is. Going to be down to the wire. Ince, I think, has got to find himself in a very difficult position very soon. Oh, Dizzy Life picking around. He picks it up. Fantastic play from Dizzy Life. 4 versus 1.
3 versus 1. Was it 4?
Well, it was 4. It was 4.
Oh, nice.
He picks up the first one pretty quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, no, great
it
play
was
by
technically
him.
4 versus 1.
Yeah, great play by him. Not much more you can say about that, really. He's certainly hot. He's leading the frags there, equal with Matt Cedar, who also nearly picked up a great clutch. So 6 apiece for those guys. 7-1 the first round on the board for Project 90 Elites. And Dizzy Life almost gets caught out there on A ramp going for the peak. Alistair managed to pick up Pixel. He was trying to push up on the balcony area A as well. Through Palace, but not to be. Pulling it back to a 4 versus 4, and I guess, and definitely the HP scenario also going in favour of Qlimax. So if they can win this round, it'll be an economy reset on Project 90 Elites.
Pretty crucial round for Project 90 Elites here. They need to win this one in the case that they don't get the economy reset, but it is going to be tough here. Going to have to come up with some pretty crazy stuff from Destiny, and well, making his Dizzy Life, he's going to need to come up with another 1 versus 4. He's going to miss that first shot. That was a pretty important one. They know exactly where he is now, and it's a 4 versus 1. So Dizzy Life, I mean, he got the last one, but I'm going to count him out in this one. I don't think it's doable twice in a row.
I don't think they're playing it particularly smart just yet, because they're spread out all over the map at this stage. They should probably just group up on the bomb and make a tower or something. I don't know.
Kratos Faction on the B bomb site doesn't really seem to be a whole lot, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Alice will close it out.
Look at the cash. Gaz's got 1,650. Everyone else is around 2k, except for Matt CD, who has 4k after picking up a couple of good rounds earlier on. So 8-1 now, and it should be 9-1 in favour of Qlimax after this one. Just Tech9 and a couple of flashbangs on the Project 90 Elites, and this is a really strong performance from Qlimax. We should probably be highlighting this a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's Faction, how many times are we going to see that happen? 16-2 now, so... Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. We've seen them already have a little bit of trouble closing things out, so I'm not going to call it till it's over, but he's going to find a frag there, looking like it's going to be Pixel to trade him out. So the B-bomb site opened up now for Project 90 Elites. We'll see Erky just missing a shot there with the AWP. The bomb does need to go down shortly here. Kratos Faction, nice shot there onto Matt CD. He's going to drop him. It's 2 versus 4 now, and we'll see if Pixel and Dizzy Life can do anything with this situation. Dizzy Life goes down immediately, and Pixel as well to follow up Erky with a nice shot from that 5-7, getting in straight into the head. And Qlimax once again saving 4 rifles, or 4 weapons, so getting that economy going.
Yeah, the economy's okay, but not great. Rifle save is certainly going to help them out there. Kratos Faction should drop here for Ince. And somebody's going to. It is in fact Kratos Faction, so that is good. But you look again on the side of 90 Elites. We're down to bare bones, merely pineapples left on 3 players. And a little bit of aggression. Yeah, 50s. $50 pineapple.
I see. Why is that a pineapple?
Because it's yellow. The Australian note's yellow. Looks like a pineapple.
All right. Seems like a very sketchy sort of analogy to me, but all right, we'll go with it. Pineapples left for the Project 90 Elites, as we do see a trade going across here. Qlimax picking up one, Project 90 Elites also picking up one, but that is going to be Siege to find Destiny up there on Tetris, and it's back to 3 versus 4 here. Actually looking just fantastic at the moment. Everything Project 90 Elite seems to try and do is just completely shut down by this superior aim from Qlimax, at least at the moment.
All right, Dizzy picking up one. Gratifection quickly trades him out there, so that's been a pretty key play. There's been fairly quick trades in a lot of scenarios for Qlimax, which is good to see. They're going to go back towards the B-bomb side. They've just got one to counter with now. Actually, Gratifection's on the rotate. It's calling it in. He picks one. Gets in with Pixel, gets him one. So he's got a 1 versus 2 and the get down. 30 seconds to play with.
Yeah, no one really there on the B-bomb side right now to contest with that, and so basically the best situation that Pixel could have hoped for. He finds that one there on Stage. Be careful that Gratifection is not going to peek him straight away. He does manage to get himself into a different position, but Gratifection coming up big once again for his team with a headshot from that P250.
He has been a monster in this game and previous. Actually, 19 and 2 again. It's just huge.
Alrighty. Let's see what happens now. 10 rounds on the board for Qlimax. That's a very, very strong half already for them, but looking like they can make it a massive one. 14-1. Who's calling it?
You are, I think. I think the Elites will pick up one more and make it 13-2 at least.
Yeah. Oh, we'll have to see. The smoke coming out there. Alistair gets taken down straight away. Or Alistair rather taking down Dizzy Life straight away. My players are mixed up there, and he does take a bit of damage from behind, but Mount City goes down as well. Alistair on 17 HP. A little bit worse for wear, but now we are going to see Gratifection once again going for a bit of a duel with that pistol. He wins that one up against Destiny, and it's a 2 versus 5 now. Obviously, only the pistols to work with for Project 90 Elite, so a difficult round for them to navigate, and obviously not really going in their favor as you would expect.
Yeah, and I think the big play should probably come in again. We see they can get a pick at with an AWP. CD or Pixel picked up 2 there, or Gaza. 3 AWPs. They're getting a little desperate here on Project.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's running out. Perhaps they should have. I don't know who picked Mirage or the end result. Who was picking Mirage, but probably not a good idea to. So Project 90 Elites, Gratifection missing the shot at the top of mid, and he gets naded down or tagged, I think, in fact, down to 31.
Yeah, it might have just been a little bit of wall in between that shot and him, so a little bit lucky there, I guess, to survive that. But Project 90 Elites also having Destiny drop down to 12, so both teams have a player that is relatively low. Gratifection, though, is going to be watching short with the AWP. Siege should spot out Gaza here, but goes down. And now player advantage for Project 90 Elites. It is going to be still difficult for them to get into these bomb sites, but now is probably the best opportunity that they have had in a while.
A little bit of mid-presence as he's been walking, and Destiny just trying to walk out the smoke there. Gratifection was watching. He's going to go through and pick off someone down in low mid as well. Pixel, he wants to take this duel against Gratifection, but he knows that he's hot. He's not going to take it. That's Gratifection on 23 kills for the half already, 12 rounds in. Gaza, though, says you can AWP, I can AWP too. He used to be pretty big with the AWP back in the day, and he takes this one down there. So this is the second round that I predicted coming true so far for Project 90. We've just got to close it off with a 1 versus 3 for Ince. He picks up the first one, the bomb goes down. Now it's at the A side, so the rotate's going to come through. Gaza 10 HP, Pixel 84.
I mean, Dizzy Life, he went down there, but he got the important information that they knew that Ince was on that B bomb site after that. So now he's going to peek straight out of jungle, gets rammed in the face with a bullet from Gaz's AWP. And around, as you did on the board there for Project 90 Elites, 13-2 on the cards. Maybe.
Perhaps we'll see. We'll see what 90 Elites want to do to start off this round as well. A couple of smokes to the top of mid. So again, this big play should probably be what is required here. Gratifection has done the jump up to the short area as well, but Destiny's getting taken down early on as well. Not a lot going right for Project 90 Elites.
Yeah, well, you say that, but everything is going right for Qlimax. So I guess when it's your day, and we are going to see Gratifection another Very nice shot coming out there onto Matt CD. So everything is working for Qlimax at the moment, and everything is working for Gratisfaction as well. 24 and 3.
And 3 assists, probably 3 leg shots to boot as well. So it's a 2 versus a 5 now for Pixel and Dizzy Life to negotiate. We've seen them come up Dizzy Life come up pretty strong earlier on. And he's going to have to come with some even more magic now. And he's a 1 versus 5. He's going to have to ace to get this one done. And does not even take out the first one.
All right. 12-2. Relatively poor buy coming out here for Project 90 Elites as well. Got a little bit in the bank. They can get some grenades. It's mostly going to be Tech 9s that they're going to be able to work with. So that is a little bit disappointing from their perspective.
It looks like it's going to be a B presence at this point in time for Project 90 Elites, although some lower underpass sort of action as well. They want to kill Gratisfaction. A little bit on tilt about his performance here.
All right, wow, nice shot coming out there from Alistair. Gratisfaction as well, in the meanwhile, has found 1. Pixel will take out Urki there. We're back to a 3-on-3. So some trades going down across the map, but Qlimax definitely still favoured to win this round. They've got 2 orbs, and Alistair's going to make Pixel dead, so to speak, and finding a double kill there as well. Gratisfaction got 1-2 and 13-2. Good protection for the first half there, Mike. So that is what is going to happen.
27 kills from Gratisfaction. Yeah,
Big half.
Say this, the carry is real. But you said it so many times, Qlimax having trouble, closing out matches. But from this platform, they should not.
They definitely should not.
Really not.
All important pistol round now coming out here for Project 90 Elites, and I guess we'll see what happens. Qlimax, though, if they pick this one up, they're looking like they'll close this one out 16-2, which would just be a massive swine, actually. Destiny finding the first one. They're on to Inns. Gaza taking out Urki as well. Looking okay here on the pistol round for Project 90 Elites. Pixel in the middle has found Gratisfaction. Stage did take 1 for the Qlimax guys, but it's a 1 versus 3. The reload coming out there from Alistair. He goes down. The bomb was planted, so reasonable effort from Qlimax, and I guess they didn't necessarily need to win that pistol round, so more important for Project 90, and they did manage to pick it up. So very good job there for Project 90. Might be the start of a very big comeback. Let's see.
That would be quite the mountain to climb here, getting, 14 rounds on CT? Destiny asking if Gratisfaction is looking for a team or not. A little bit of cheeky banter there. Anyway, so the eco's coming out, just a couple of flashbangs. They're going to try and get down. Another grenade coming in there from Destiny underneath the balcony. He picks up 1. He's going to go for a few more. He gets a little bit of backup in the form of Matt CD, and he's on the hunt now. Picks up the last 2, 4K for Destiny, all alive as well at the end of the round. So that's a good result there for them. They're going to need as much momentum as they can moving forward, to come back, to climb this back mountain.
Might be time to crack out the P90s.
Don't underrate Gaz with that P90.
That's what they're named after. And yes, you are right. Do not underestimate Gaz with that P90. We'll see though. He's got it in this round, and be going up against some AKs from the guys on Qlimax. Satisfaction, sharp as always. 1 entry frag for him to Pixel, not using the AWP, interestingly enough, this round, taking away a rifle. Did he have the money for an AWP? No, he didn't. So that would be why.
Yeah, that's certainly why. And a lot of mid control here, but it's not really working out for them. Project 90 is shutting them down there, and they've had a couple of kills from Gaza and Matt CD as well. All that's left alive now for Qlimax crew is Stage. He's stuck in the B bomb site, but alas, he has no bomb and only 29 hit points.
Indeed, not a good situation for him here. But
I feel he will struggle.
You could definitely say that. Still, I mean, even though Qlimax have lost a few of these rounds in a row now, I mean, they've still got a ton of rounds to play with, and it's not going to be a dangerous situation for them just yet.
Yeah, and any damage you can do now, just taking a couple of guns off them will be pretty handy as well for Qlimax, but I doubt say they're going to come up with too many. In fact, Destiny hiding behind a pop plant. as always. Looking at getting a headshot, closing up the round for them. So 13-5 now. Qlimax forced back onto the eco after they forced in that round. Getting the ball down in the pistol ram allowed them to do that. But running bonus now is going to start to add up, so they'll be able to buy properly next round with an AWP, probably on gratification.
Yep, Qlimax. Obviously using those pistols here, we'll see what the Project 90 Elite guys are going to do. Good use of Molotovs and grenades there for Project 90 Elites on the defense as Qlimax tries to charge straight into that B bomb site. Not going to work out too well for them. Bomb is dropped as well up on the apartments there. So this is a very good situation now for P90 Elites. Guys are going to just charge in here and try and find a couple of frags. Get some damage onto Gratisfaction, but Gratisfaction manages to get out of there somehow. I'm a bit surprised that he managed to do that, but okay.
Yeah, all that smoke. Finally gets his man. The smoke before just highlighting his position. 13-6 now, and AWP probably be more by action here. We go the AK instead, and 4 nades on all players for Qlimax. So this is a full tilt buy versus buy. AWP and Dizzy Life as well. He was pretty good before on CT side.
Alright. Another rifle run coming out here. Big one for Qlimax. So the first frag is going to go to Dizzy Life. Always sharp with that AWP there. Picks up Siege as he tries to pick it towards mid. Destiny is going to take down Inns as well. Not sure where exactly that was, but Urki is going to take down Destiny in response. It's still a player advantage though for Project 90 Elites.
Execute coming in now, a couple of smokes, and 2 people rushing out from a ramp. It's a 3 versus 4 scenario in favour of 90 Elites. But the ace is being taken, and there's no presence of CT. In life picking up the bomb carrier though.
Yeah, the bomb dropped in a pretty awkward position here for Qlimax. Pixel going to take Alistair as he tries to push the smoke there on the stairs. And now it's all down to Gratisfaction. And if there was a player that you wanted on your team, the one versus one would be Gratisfaction. But in this sense, it is not going to work out for him. Still 2 kills away from that 30 bomb.
Yeah, well, still get there in the end. A lot of rounds to be played either way. 3 in Qlimax's favour, or another 9, in fact, on Project 9. It's another forced, well, yes, force mate. It's a Tech 9 on Ints and 4 AKs for Qlimax, and it's going to be just a straight up A execute. Matt said he's stuck in the middle of nowhere there. If he came out now, he'd be in a bad position, but he lurks across into the side. He's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, the A-bomb site very easily taken with a good exit from Qlimax. Let's see what happens though. They've got a bit of smoke down on that sort of in the areas that you would want. Matt CD in an interesting position here. Just going to catch Alistair off guard, and we do see a lot of the frags going towards Project 90 Elites. But having said that, a bit of a quick response coming out from Qlimax. They are going to get a couple of frags, but as I say that, as I'm talking about it, Project 90 Elites close it out. And another round on the board, 13-8. This difficulty with closing out the maps once again coming up. Rearing its ugly head, I guess, for Qlimax.
Yeah, coming against the favoured side of Project 90 Elites are always going to come back. I spoke about it earlier, and the experience that they have on this team between Gaza and Destiny in particular. Also Pixel and Matt CD as well, playing quite a lot of CS. And I guess Dizzy Life is known for being a pug king per se, but he's a very sharp player, and he's probably learning lots off Gaza and Destiny in particular, and just honing his game to work a little bit more in that team environment rather than the pug style that he is known for. So 13-8 Qlimax, although up on the scoreline, are certainly back in momentum at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, what, 7, I think that's 8 rounds in a row here for, oh no, 6 rounds in a row for Project 90 Elites. Qlimax was able to pick up the last 2 of the first half. So 6 in a row for P90 was a good start to their second half, but they certainly need to keep things being this way. They do have like a 1 or 2 round buffer, but really they wouldn't be wanting to delve into that just yet. Dizzy Life is to find the first frag onto Gratisfaction, important frag, but it is an eco round here for Qlimax, so looking towards 9 rounds on the board for Project 90 Elites.
Yeah, that would be correct. Just the 2 left. It's Ince and Urki. Urki comes out from A ramp, doesn't get the kill with the CZ75, has to reload it, and it takes about 30 seconds to do so. And the pop flash attempt comes out before Destiny runs around the corner and takes him out in the end. So that's the 9th round now, and that the grip that Qlimax had on this map is starting to weaken. But Gratisfaction has now definitely pulled out the AWP. Alistair is going for it as well. This is what the TAC pause was about. They'll discuss what they need to do here.
Double AWP setup. Qlimax. Gratisfaction still sitting on 28 frags. Interesting things to note. 29 frags for Gratisfaction. Molotov comes out in towards the apartments to slow things down just a little bit for Qlimax, but Dizzy Life and his mate Pixel have got a bit of a job to do. Pixel will take down Gratisfaction, but Urki is going to take down Matt CD on the A-bomb site. All the way over towards B though, so not too bad of a situation just yet for Project 90 Elites. The bomb will take a long time to rotate across to that A-bomb site. Urki though, to take down Destiny, making it a 2 versus 4 for the P90 Elites to deal with, and that is going to be a very tough situation. Looking like Qlimax might be able to pick up their 14th round here.
Alistair is in a good position here as well to step off the rotator from the window or short, which of course is Dizzy Life sitting that window around. In's picking up Pixel now, so this will be the 14th round. You'd almost say for sure, unless Dizzy can recreate his 4 versus 1 heroics, but he's going to have to do it in a lot quicker time frame. He picks up the first, Alistair. Going
I think
down.
he's more than happy to save this AWP here.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether he should or not.
Well,
he should go and inflict some economy damage.
I've just had a look at their economy, and they're pretty good in that respect. So maybe Dizzy could go for this one, but like he's not too keen on that one. I guess when you've got 2 guys on 1400, though, you do have to wonder.
Yeah.
Why are you saving an AWP?
Yeah.
Especially when you've only got a couple of rounds to play with.
Yeah, I think the fact that he wasn't going to win the round, I don't think he had the time there for it. And if they're going to keep this momentum, this assault, this comeback going, they're going to need the bank and the utilities that go with it, going over not just, they've scored to win 7 rounds, hopefully, well, now in a row as well. So they're going to need a lot of money to make sure that happens.
Okay, 14 on the board for Qlimax, rounds away. Getting there slowly but surely. Triple AWP setup from Project 90 Elite, so I mean, I think they don't really care about their economy. I do question the triple AWP setup. We'll see how it works though.
So far, not very well, as early frag goes in favour of, and positioning in fact goes in favour of Qlimax. They've seen Dizzy on the side here, Ince, but he isn't able to pick up on B side at all. Dizzy picks up 1, gets taken down there by Ince, almost 2, and Project 90 know what's happening, and they come out early, in fact.
Satisfaction to find Destiny there with the AWP, and another kill going over to Qlimax. That is going to be Steege picking up Gaza. Now a 1 versus 3, so the triple AWP setup did not work in the end there for Project 90 Elites. We'll see whether or not Matt CD can retake this bomb site in a 1 versus 3. I feel like he probably has to go for it, right? Like
100%.
There's no point saving this M4 here. He does get the first frag there, so 2 versus 1, infinitely easier than a 3 versus 1, and he's going to make his way out onto the B bomb site. Not going to be challenged as he exits market there, but now as he starts to make his way onto the site, he is going to be taken down there by Inns. So 15 on the board for Qlimax. Very close to closing out this map.
Plenty of money to rebuy as well. That is the same story for Project 90 Elites. Their backs firmly against the wall now. Going to have to pull out 6 rounds in a row. No losses whatsoever in order to stay in this first map. Yeah, and just to get to OT.
Alright, let's see what happens. A push in towards A main coming out here for Destiny, and he's going to try and pop flash, but chooses the perfectly incorrect time to try and do that as Urki peeks around and takes him out with the grenade in his hand. This is looking like a foregone conclusion in this round here for Qlimax. A couple of players. Matt CD though, he doesn't like that idea. He gets a 3k, bringing it back to 2 versus 2. Urki going to peek around the corner and trade him out, and will be able to place the bomb down. Now it is all down to Pixel in a 1 versus 2. Gratisfaction getting the wrong time to go for a little bit of an air strafe there as he goes down. And now the 1 versus 1. Urki to close out the map here for Qlimax, still to keep his team in the map. Trying to peek around the boxes here at the perfect time. Pixel has to make his move. Doesn't really have a lot of time to work with. No kit either, so that's going to make things even more difficult. I think he's done it. Perfect timing. Easy peasy. No worries.
Pixel perfect.
So, Project 90
Nice.
Elites survive again.
Yeah, live to breathe another round. 5 more to go in a row to force the OT, and I think Qlimax should probably eco. I think they're going to go with a pistol buy here. That's pretty good there. The guys have a lot of cash going with armor as well, so they should at least try and do some damage to the economy of 9 elites. But Dizzy Life's having none of that. Gratisfaction going down with leader on 31 frags. And it looks like they want to go towards B in the end, but that makes some noise at
Yeah, an easy kill there for Pixel as well onto Alistair as he exits the underpass. Qlimax just trying to get something done across the map here with their pistols, but really it's not going to be an easy situation at all for them. Destiny finding one, Pixel grabbing another there. Bomb making its way towards the B bomb site through the apartments, but really nothing to write home about. Actually going to go towards the underpass. He does get a bit of damage across onto Pixel, who's dropped down to 3 HP and wisely falls off.
He's going to get picked up here by Destiny, though, who gets the dink, but not get the kill.
Well,
But finishes
who needs a
off
dink
with
when you got a deagle headshot?
Dig indeed. So 15-11. Slightly but shortly, the pressure is mounting on Qlimax, but it's firmly on Project 9 Elite at this point in time to come up with another 4 rounds in a row. Coming up against the BlasterX faction with the AWP. Dizzy Life rolling with his AWP towards B side. Is he going? Yeah, he's going to play at the back of B, and it looks like they're going to come for him as well in numbers.
Well, if Qlimax can do it, I imagine Project 90 Elites feel they can do it as well. That is going to make things a little bit more difficult, as we do see Gratisfaction finding the first frag of the round onto Dizzy, following up with a second onto Pixel as well. Could this be the round here for Qlimax? They've got pretty much complete control of that B bomb site. One player is testing them. That was Gaza. He goes down there to siege as well. And it's a 2 versus 5. A good little rotate coming out here from Inns as well. He's going to come up right behind these counter-terrorists. It should be easy frags for him. Picks up Destiny there, peeking around the corner. Is going to go down actually to Map TV, but really, a 4 versus 1. That is the first map going over to Qlimax. But remember, they have to win another one.
Yes, that is true. So 16-11, the final score. Qlimax picking that one off, and I'm interested to see what the second map will be. I feel like that Project 9 Elite should probably try and gun for maybe not custom per se, but something that allows them to use their fragging power a little more. Perhaps probably see Dust 2. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know, at this point, I'd almost welcome a cache over Dust 2.
No, don't say that.
I really don't like Dust 2. Anyway,
Dust 2 is good. Dust 2 is balanced, so against the
so
stronger
boring
player, and we'll see whether the Gratisfaction can repeat his heroics from that pretty massive game that he just had there.
We're on Cobble at the moment, but I don't think that's going to be the map. I think that's just sort of a placeholder moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's have a talk about that last map. Did you see anything really that popped out for you for Qlimax? Like, were they doing anything in particular? Was it going to be Qlimax? I guess was it Qlimax's good performance, or was it P90 Elite's bad performance, or was it just sort of a mixture of both? What's the deal?
I think Project 9 Elites were probably, came in, I guess, a little bit cold there. Qlimax have been playing all afternoon. Project 9 Elites have had considerable break off, so that could be a factor there. I'd say that was probably a small part of it. I really do think that Project 9 Elites went a little bit of a tilt there early on in that first half, because they're going to have the attitude that they should be romping these dudes.
Yeah,
based on experience and who these guys are. So I really think that, it's a little bit of a case of Qlimax good, Project 90 Elite's bad, but they're working back into it. And I think they're going to take the second map. Now they come to terms with his with Gratisfaction's onlineness.
All right. Anyway, we have just received confirmation that the map is going to be Cobblestone, so I'm keen. But very quickly, we will go to an ad break. So stay tuned. It'll only be a short one. We'll be back for very shortly.